Hello and welcome to Layers of Living Water. I'm so glad you've chosen to join me today. Today I'm going to share with you a story that comes from a different continent. It comes from the continent of Asia. And I believe when you hear this story today, you're going to find there's much that we can learn from it. So today we're going to talk about the mighty elephant. And here we go. The story goes just like this. There was a farmer who lived in a village in Asia. He had a family, had a nice little farm. Every day he'd get up and go to work. His son would get up and go with him. One day they finished the chores and the young man said, "Dad, I'd like to go out in the forest and roam around a little bit and see what I can learn." And the dad said, "Son, are you sure you have all your chores done?" He said, "Oh, yes, sir, they're all done." So the father said, "Okay, don't be long. Head on out there and see what you can learn," because the father knew that out in the jungle there was many new things to see. There was many things that the young man could learn. The young man was out there researching. He was seeing things he had not seen before when all of a sudden he heard a noise behind him. He froze in his tracks for a moment because he did not know what it was. You can imagine the thoughts that began to race through his mind. Could it be a tiger? Could it be a lion? Could it be something that's going to eat me? The young boy took a step, and once again he heard the noise. His heart began to race as he had no idea what was out there in the forest with him. The young man took a step, and again it moved. He said, "I better get behind a tree. At least I've got something I can put between me and them." The young man dropped behind the tree. He listened again. He heard the rustling, his heart racing fast. You can imagine he had no clue what was going on. Was something about to come out of the edge of the forest that he could not handle? And then all of a sudden, a little baby elephant came out. The little elephant was wandering around looking lost. The boy peered out from behind the tree. He could see the baby elephant. He could see what he thought was confusion in the baby elephant. It didn't know what to do. The young man thought, "I wonder where the baby elephant's mother is." Usually they don't get separated. They don't go far when they're little. So he kept watching. The baby elephant standing there looking around. The baby elephant looked so sad. The young man said, "Well, I guess the mother must be gone or something has happened." The young man said, "I'm going to ease out and see what happens." He slipped out from behind the tree to where the elephant could see him. The elephant stopped for a moment, looked at the boy. They got eye to eye. The young man said, "Well, maybe he'll run away. Let's see what happens." But the elephant just stood there. The elephant was watching the young boy, and the young boy slowly eased up to the elephant. The elephant didn't go anywhere. The elephant actually was looking happy to see what he thought was a friend. The young boy eased up to the elephant. He reached out his hand to the elephant. The elephant reached out his trunk to the young boy and began to smell him. They both knew that everything was okay. The young boy began to pet the baby elephant. The elephant seemed so happy. The boy thought for a moment. He said, "What am I going to do? I don't see this baby's mother. Maybe he got separated from the mother." You can imagine all the thoughts that were going through his mind as to what had happened to the mother, why the mother was not coming out to be with the baby. The young man said, "Well, there's only one thing I can do. Let me see if I can get this baby elephant to follow me home." So he petted the elephant a little bit more. He slowly began to head toward home. And guess what? The elephant followed him. The baby elephant came right behind him. Every now and then the young lad would stop, pet the elephant to reassure the elephant that all was good. This whole time the boy was thinking, "Well, I hope his mother will come sometime," but she did not. They got to the edge of the forest where the young man could see his home. He stepped out from the forest. His dad was standing at the home looking around. You can imagine the shock when the father saw this baby elephant behind his son. And here they were coming toward the home. They were coming to home, the baby elephant and his son. The father quickly began to think, "Well, I wonder where the mother is," because as you can imagine, the mother might not be too happy if the baby elephant was with the boy. So the father watched as they got closer and closer. When he got to where they could talk, the father said, "Son, what's going on? You found an elephant?" The boy said, "I was out in the forest, Dad. I was wandering around. I heard this noise, and it was the baby elephant." And so the baby elephant and the boy got close enough to the father to where the father could touch the elephant. The father reached out his hand. The elephant smelled the father. He could tell everything was okay. So the young man said, "Dad, we should take care of this elephant. Help him to grow big and strong to where he can then go back out into the forest. Because if we let him go right now, something will probably get him." The father thought through a moment. He knew the son had never done anything like this before, but the son was so excited about taking care of the elephant. And the father said, "Well, son, if you make sure that you take care of this elephant, each day you have to feed it, take it out for walks, you have to train it, you have to teach it how to grow up and be a strong elephant." The boy said, "Oh, Dad, I'll be happy to do that. I'll make sure that I do it." So the little boy thought, he said, "How am I going to keep this elephant from running away at night?" He said, "I'll take a little rope, put it around one of his feet, put it onto a big stake near the house, and that way the elephant can't get away." And guess what? That worked. The elephant didn't run away, and every day the little boy would go out there. He would pet the elephant. He would take the elephant for walks, and the elephant quickly began to grow. Quickly, the elephant became very strong, and the father was watching this take place. The father thought one day, "I wonder why that elephant doesn't just pull away from the rope. He's big enough and he's strong enough now that he could just pull the rope and walk away." So the father said, "I'm going to talk to some of the other villagers and see if maybe somebody knows something that I don't." And as he began to talk to people, he spoke to this one person who said, "Oh yes, this is the way they train elephants. When they are very small, they put a rope around their foot. They tie them to the post. The little baby elephant cannot get away. The baby elephant will try pulling at the rope a couple times, but quickly the elephant realizes it cannot get away. And as the elephant grows and gets stronger, it does not even try anymore." And the man that was talking to the farmer said, "I've even seen full-grown bull elephants with a tiny little rope holding them. And there's no way that rope could hold them because the elephant is so strong." And the father thought for a minute. He said, "Wow, my son is really smart. He did this and he didn't even know." So he went back and he was talking to the son. The elephant had become a mighty creature. The elephant was helping in the village because, hey, let's face it, elephants are strong. There's a lot they can do. They're like a bulldozer. They can move stuff around. And the father said, "Well, son," he said, "I think the time has come. We must take that elephant and let him go. He needs to be out in the woods. He needs to be out in the forest to where he can roam free." The son was sad, but he knew that day was coming. He knew that one day he would have to let that elephant go. So they headed out this day. Out, they took the elephant into the woods. They petted the elephant. They said their goodbyes, and off the elephant went. He had a happy life, and the boy was so happy for he had raised that elephant, brought him up to maturity. And the father was proud of the son. So as we think today, you may find yourself in a situation. You may be like the mighty elephant. Somewhere in your life, somebody has told you you can't do something. Somebody has told you somewhere in your life that you'll make a fool of yourself if you do that. Somebody has told you you're too old to do that. But no, you're like the elephant. You think you're being bound by something that's imaginary. You think you're being bound by something that you think you can't break free of. The reality is with the elephant, once the elephant was strong, it could have easily broken the rope. But it did not even try. It stayed right where it was. Now, for the elephant, it's a great thing because the little boy was helping the elephant grow. But for you, it may not be a great thing because you're stuck in a situation that things feel hopeless. Things feel like there's no way out. You may be thinking, if I try something, I will fail. Maybe you tried something a long time ago and it failed. That doesn't mean you cannot try it again. And today, my friend, you may be feeling like, I don't have any friends. I don't have anybody like the little boy that helped that mighty elephant. But I'm here to tell you today, there is one that sticks closer to you than anybody else, and that's called the Lord. And if you feel like you're stuck in a hopeless, helpless situation, you can call out to the Lord today, and He will be there. Maybe you're feeling like, I just don't have the strength to overcome this problem. I'll tell you, the Word says that in our weakness, His strength is made manifest and it's made strong. Today, you can come out of that situation. Today, you can be like the mighty elephant. You can totally change your life. Things can be different. The question is simply this: are you being held or bound by things that have bound you up for a long time? Are you being held and bound by an imaginary situation that you haven't even tried something different? You just get up every day. You do the same thing. You continue to do the same thing, thinking I'm in an endless loop and nothing will change. But yes, my friend, today things can change. Today things will change if you will believe that I can do something different. If you will believe that it does not matter what happened to me in the past. It doesn't matter what seemed to bind me in the past. I can make a difference today. And if you will try, if you will reach out and do something different, all of a sudden you will break free, just as if that mighty elephant took and pulled against that rope would break free. My friend, don't be bound today. Don't be caught up by something that's not true. Don't be locked into an endless situation, for you are the one that can make a difference. Be like the mighty elephant today. Break free. Find your happiness. Find your area of deliverance. And if you don't know Him already, make sure you find the Lord and let Him be that close friend to you. Thank you for listening today, and I'm excited for you, for I know that things will be different when you take that first step.